Explain the mass change that takes place in the anode and the cathode when copper sulfate is electrolyzed using copper electrodes. Okay, so let's just take this an electrode at a time. So we'll just do the anode first. Doesn't matter which one we do first. I'm going to write anode there. The anode is the positive electrode. So at the positive electrode, we've got copper is the electrode, and that's going to be a solid. And that's going to dissolve. Okay, it's going to dissolve into solution to make copper ions, Cu2 plus ions. And when it does that, it's also going to give off 2 electrons. So the copper solid electrode dissolves to make copper ions and give off 2 electrons. So the change in mass is the electrode mass is going to decrease because the solid copper dissolves to make copper ions. So let's write that. The copper electrode dissolves to make copper ions. And the result of that is the mass decreases. Okay, now the cathode. Cathode is the negative electrode, and it's possibly a little bit easier to see that one, I guess. So a cathode is a negative electrode, so it's going to attract copper ions from solution. So we start with copper ions in solution, and they're going to go to that electrode. And when they get there, they're going to touch it, and turn to copper solid, copper atoms. And so the electrode is going to increase in mass. And they do that by gaining 2 electrons. Okay, so what we're going to say here is the copper ions are attracted to the cathode, and turn into copper, Cu solid. Running out of space there. All these questions and more on elshamhighchemistry.com.